Hurricane Ian made landfall in Cayo Costa, Florida Wednesday afternoon. We provided live coverage for most of the day as we watched the massive storm produce unbelievable damage. With over 100,000 people watching at one time helping to spread the word, we were able to get rapid-fire, life-saving information to millions of people over the duration of this catastrophic event. Now, Ian is much weaker, but it's headed back out to sea where the warm Atlantic waters are going to try to reignite it. As the storm strengthens, it's going to recurve back towards the U.S. and make another landfall somewhere along the southeast coast. Where will it go and how strong will it be? I'm going to lay out all that information for you right here in a second. But first, there are millions in Florida right now without power, and there are thousands without homes, vehicles, or pretty much anything. The damage videos that are coming in are unbelievable. Initial reports from emergency responders are dark as they foresee many casualties by the time this is all said and done. These people are going to need help. And the last time something like this happened in the US, we made a vow that the Y'all Squad would always show up. I want to be able to get supplies if they're needed, be able to support fundraisers, and if we come across anybody in the area that personally needs help, I want to be able to provide that for them. And you can help me do that by going to shopryanhall.com. For the next 48 hours, 100% of the profits from my website are going to go to the Y'all Fund, which is basically just a big reserve set of cash that we put aside for things just like this. There's all kinds of stuff on the site, including t-shirts and coffee mugs. But we also have a sticker right at the top of the homepage that lets you pick your price. The cost of production and shipping on this sticker is very low, so this will allow our profits from the merch sales go even farther. Last time, we made a huge difference in the community by hand delivering $50,000 worth of supplies and cash directly to people who needed it. Let's do it again by coming together and showing the world that the Y'all Squad really does show up. Okay, so where's Ian now and where is it gonna go? After dropping copious amounts of rain over Florida last night, Ian was downgraded to a tropical storm as the overall intensity of the storm weakened over land. Now, Ian is back over water and it's reunited with the very energy source that made it the monster it was. These very warm waters in the Atlantic Ocean. This will allow the storm to slowly but surely intensify once again as it recurves back towards the US. It looks like a secondary landfall is going to be possible somewhere in South Carolina tomorrow. But listen to me, Hurricane Ian is never going to be a major hurricane again. What happens along the southeast coast will be impactful but not quite as intense. However, the longer Ian stays over these warm waters, the stronger it's going to get. It all depends on exactly how long the storm has to recuperate out here in the ocean. Some of the forecast models keep Ian out to sea tonight and then quickly nudge the storm back into the US by in the morning. Others depict a slightly later landfall and also a little bit farther north. This would promote the possibility of a stronger hurricane. Right now, the official forecast is for this to become a low-end Category 1 by 8 a.m. tomorrow and make landfall around the same intensity a little after noon. Landfall could occur anywhere between Charleston and Myrtle Beach, and whoever ends up on the northern side of the circulation as the storm wanders in will get the gustiest winds. I personally think just south of Myrtle Beach is going to be the sweet spot, and we could certainly have winds over 90 miles per hour right around the core. This is going to be a pretty bad storm for whoever ends up right next to the core as it comes onto land. Despite exactly where it makes landfall, hurricane force winds are expected across the South Carolina coast beginning early Friday, where a hurricane warning has been issued. Beyond that, hurricane conditions are also going to be possible tonight along the northeast coast of Florida and Georgia, where a hurricane watch is in effect. Also, the most impactful part of this is probably going to be the storm surge. There could be life-threatening storm surge through Friday along the coast of northeastern Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Please follow any advice that comes out from your local officials. I can't tell you how many messages I've been getting from people in Florida who said that they wished that they would have just evacuated when they told them to. Outside of the windy part of a hurricane, it gets pretty wet, and that wetness will be the main story for pretty much anyone else who has to deal with what's left of Ian after making its second landfall. Flooding rains can be expected in South Carolina, North Carolina, and Virginia, where up to 6 to 8 inches of rain may fall in a short period of time. This is especially going to be an issue tomorrow in the red zone here, where the Weather Prediction Center has put out a moderate risk of excessive rainfall. As the storm gets deeper and deeper into the continental U.S., the storm will rapidly weaken and become a remnant low by the time it gets past the Appalachian Mountains. Before that, gusty winds will be possible throughout the entire southeastern section of the U.S. There's also a very slight chance that we see some severe weather in the front right quadrant of what's left of Ian tomorrow into the next day. The Storm Prediction Center has actually put out a 2% risk for tornadoes for this very reason. I think the warm sector of this system will have very limited shear, later as the wind field rapidly dissipates. But hey, a tornado or 3 cannot be ruled out, okay? So don't be scared, be prepared, have your plan in place, and pay attention to the warnings and watches that come out. Beyond that, Hurricane Ian is going to be a nuisance to pretty much anyone else who has to deal with it. The vast majority of the rest of us will only have to deal with a little bit of rain and some cloud cover. And thank goodness, as far as I can tell, there's nothing else really interesting to talk about in the near future for anyone else in the lower 48. Looks like typical fall weather for about a week or so. If Hurricane Ian makes landfall tomorrow as a Category 1 or higher, I'm going to be live streaming, relaying important weather updates and giving you some information about what's going on in Florida. But if it doesn't intensify and it stays a tropical storm, I'm probably going to get right to work with our efforts to help our friends down there in Florida, so it might be a minute before you see me again on here. So please follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff so we can keep in touch. I post rapid fire updates on there all the time. Okay, very large shout out to all of our members over here. I know we have a lot of new ones. Thanks to everybody who's showing support and all the new people that are here on the channel. Remember, there's a good chance I'm going to go live tomorrow if Ian is a hurricane, but if not, it's going to be a second before I upload, but you can follow me on all the other platforms and we'll be able to keep up with each other there. All right, that's all I got for you. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.